We also have seen the passive information transmitters, which have been extensively used, like I'm sure what Mrs. Sangeeta Reddy talked about, of BP monitors or ECG monitors and so on and so forth. And all of these further, I'm sure she'll give you a demo of it, but we, I can't say we, but I think, I know some of us who work on these areas, is that if you look at a device like an iPhone at this point of time, a small little gadget which goes along with it can monitor all these parameters we're talking about, whether it is glucose, which is ECG, or the oxygen levels and so on and so forth. Look at why is that? Is because the iPhone itself has so much of computing power at this point of time. As I said, I belong to a generation where the iPhone computing power today, in my good old days of 1970s, when I started dabbling around the computers for the first time, used to fit in rooms of this size, as opposed to fitting into our pockets. So we have these devices which are very passive, and we should definitely, which give you information. The second one is there are active devices which send some more information, which is a lot more intelligent. Whether how is the insulin level in your body? It's come to a level now, these sensors are indigestible. So which means that they become a part of your tablet itself, and once it goes into your system, that it tells you all about whether when you require the next dose of the same medication. That's the level of technology that is today is the reality and is being implemented. And finally, we have doctor's assistants. I'm sure many of you must have read about Google Glasses, how surgeries are being performed using Google Glasses. And we have lots of them in our own office, lots of them where we are writing applications for our customers. And it amazes me, like a little child, I play around with them. That's the type of technology they built into a device, a wearable device like Google Glasses. And it also gives you the ability to then start demonstrating to other people, because you can see if you want to train somebody in a small area that you're looking at, you could imagine how people can look at that small areas, whereas everybody wears the same glasses. Everybody is seeing the same area as a surgeon does. So there is tremendous amount of disruption that's occurring at this point of time because of the Internet of Things. And this technology is very relevant for India because we haven't had most of the equipment that we could ever think about. You now look at a small little device which Sangeeta was talking about, $75 a piece, which is an ECG equipment. I'm sure the best of ECG equipment that you can think about will cost you at least a couple of $1,000s today. There was one more device which is in public domain, which is Vinod Khosla himself was demonstrating the other day, was all about a small little sensor which can take pictures of the child's ear. So the mother, instead of going to an ENT specialist, she can take pictures of the ear, and the computer processes and tells whether the little child requires attention of a medical doctor or not. So what we are seeing at this point of time is the Internet of Things provides tremendous amount of advantages, especially in countries like India, where you have affordability as a key thing. And I talked about affordability at the beginning. One of the key reasons why Internet of Things have become so popular, the IoT has become so popular, is because of the cost. They are primarily sensors which can then be add-on, bolt-on to small little devices you further have like the iPhones or smartphones, which can do a number of applications. How big is this opportunity? People think that in a $70 billion GDP of the whole global market space, healthcare spend is about $7 trillion. I'm sorry, not billion, $7 trillion. And there are a number of applications people are using, and the benefit could be another 10% of this $7 trillion. Finally, I'm a very strong believer that technology will always bring about a change. Change is a constant, and that disruption is happening at this point of time. And we think that this disruption will bring enormous amount of benefit to mankind. And this change will also impact just not a few stakeholders, but it will be every stakeholder, which is a patient, the doctor, the environment, the ecosystem. And certainly will end up by saying the revolution is here. Thank you.